Hi everybody, I thought I would show you how I'm going to alter this handle from, I think I got it at Home Depot. It's gold and I'm doing a steampunk album, and I'm also making like a box for it to go into when I'm done. And I wanted it to have kind of like a, like a old-fashioned the makeup bag look, like a suitcase kind of. So I got this handle, but it was gold, and I'm going to alter it using some aluminum foil, as you can see. And what you're going to do is you're going to just crinkle up your aluminum foil. Let me crinkle it up. Let me adjust my camera just a tad. Sorry guys. Okay. You're going to want to crinkle up your aluminum foil and then open it up. Okay? And then smooth it out. The nice thing about aluminum foil is it kind of holds in all those wrinkles, even if you smooth it out. And that's what I want to do. I want to keep the wrinkles in, but I want a smooth surface to work with. So this is what I'm going to do. You're going to lay your knob in here, and I'm just going to fold it over and kind of pinch it all the way around just to get a general idea of where I'm going to cut the aluminum foil. And you're going to want it, I don't know, not too tight up against, but close to. Then you're just going to go around and cut it. It's not, you don't have to be perfect or anything. Just cut it. That's all. Okay. So now that I've done that, I just want to make sure that it's going to cover the whole piece. And you don't have to worry about like the bottom too much, because that's going to be, that's where you're going to attach it when you set it down. So but you do want it to come over just a tad. See, I got too much on this one. So I'm just going to trim this back just a little bit. See? Okay. So now I'm going to take carefully, you want to take the aluminum foil off. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm in camera view here. Okay. Sorry. So now you're going to want to take some Mod Podge. Okay. And I have it here in this cup. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use this brush. I'm going to take a brush, dip it in the Mod Podge, and you're going to want to get a good thick coat all the way around the handle. You don't have to be too neat about this either. Just as long as you got all your surfaces covered. You don't need to be real neat. You can be gloppy, gloopy, or whatever. Let me just get in there. Okay, so now you're going to take your aluminum foil, the piece that you cut, and you're going to set it on your, and this is where you're going to really want to, like, get it molded to your handle. Okay. Sorry, I was working off camera a little bit. This is a bit tricky. Okay. Now, any place that like I have a spot here where the aluminum foil kind of ripped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my brush in the Mod Podge and I'm going to just put it on this little tiny piece of aluminum foil. And just cover that up. So this is very forgiving. Okay. Now for the bottom. If you noticed, I didn't put any Mod Podge on the bottom. But I'm going to go in right now and put it on the bottom and try to get some on the aluminum foil, because you're going to have some of the aluminum foil overlapping and you want it to stick. And you want a good seal. Okay, now I'm going to open up this one a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. Okay. And once you're done with this, you're going to want to let this dry before you do anything else. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, before I did this, I took sandpaper to the handle just to rough up the surface because it had like a clear coat on it, and I wasn't sure if the Mod Podge would adhere to it. So now I'm just going to go around and just kind of press. Okay, now you are going to, like I said, let this dry. And then we'll go on from there. I'll be back as soon as mine's dried. Okay, I'm back and I let mine dry a little bit. So now I have some black craft paint, some turquoise craft paint, and some copper metallic craft paint that I have over here. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the black craft paint and I'm going to paint my whole handle black. So you're going to make sure you get your whole handle covered with your black paint. And you're probably going to have to like do this in sections because it's kind of an awkward, and it's good to use like a real fat, like chunky brush, because you need to kind of dab it into the cracks and crevices of the aluminum foil. So now I'm going to, I got a whole little spot right here that's, I'm going to hit this with the heat gun, so I'll be back again. Okay, now I finished painting the whole handle black, and now I'm going to take my metallic antique copper paint, and I'm going to dip my brush in it, and I'm actually going to wipe. See how much I got on there? I'm going to take it and just kind of dab some off. Okay, and then I'm just going to go around and just tap it on. There. Can you see the copper? I just am almost dry brushing it on there. Not quite, but almost dry brushing. Let me turn it a little bit. So now, turning it again so I can get the side. And this you don't, I mean, if you get a lot of copper in one area, it kind of just makes it look even older, I think. So, I mean, this is like really super easy to do. I do have to warn you though, the black paint, if you don't let it dry, it'll start peeling off the aluminum foil if you touch it. So, and then when you put the metallic paint on, the metallic has something in it. I don't know what, but it has something in it. Pretty much seals that pretty good. The black paint on there. But when I'm all done, what I'm going to do is go over it with the glossy accents just to seal everything off. Okay, so there's my handle with the copper on it. Okay. Now you can leave it like this if you want. Or if you want to add a little bit of zing to it, which that's what I want to do, I'm going to take a little bit of my turquoise paint and I'm just going to, in spots, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, I'm just taking the paintbrush. I'm not covering the whole thing, I'm just taking it and brushing it in spots. I got the other side that I gotta do. You just do it to your liking. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Okay, so this is my finished handle. So I might play with it just a little bit more. I think I got a little bit too much turquoise in spots. So I think what I'm going to do is go over it a little bit with the copper again, just to blend, because some of them are pretty bright. And this is like an extra dry brush what I'm doing right now, because I still want that turquoise to show, but I want some of this copper to show too. So I just want to okay. I think that looks a little bit better. There. So that's my handle. And don't worry about painting the bottom, because this is where you're going to adhere this to. So here's my tin lid. This is my tin lid. And this is going to go right on top like this. I don't know if you can see that. So it's just going to go right on top like that. You're going to adhere it down, and nobody's going to see that. So that is how I alter things. Now what I'm going to do is take glossy accents to this, just because if you're going to handle it a lot, the possibility of the craft paint coming off is pretty good. So I'm going to seal it up with some glossy accents, and I will be back to show you how I alter that tin, and then I'll do the big reveal of my album and tin together. Okay? Bye everybody. I'll be back soon.